There it goes. Okay, awesome. So, yes, yes. This is Craftland. This is where we have embroidery, sewing, uh, vinyl stickers, all kinds of options in terms of printing, screen printing, all kinds of cutting in terms of paper, fabrics, and whatnot. Embroidery is super intricate, so a lot of people come to get trained on that. It's a very, very popular area within the space. If you turn over this way, we'll kind of go around a bit, out of order. This is the electronics area. You're welcome to walk in there. This is kind of where students will come and repair, whether it's their iPhone, their laptop, or they have an actual project that they're working on within class. We kind of open them up to all of this really nice equipment that they otherwise would really only have in industry. But yeah, we have a lot of students that come in here and just repair things for everyday use, or like I said, for projects. And they're actually going through the process of re-upping all of their stuff, so they're reorganizing. Here's some more electronic stuff: a Carvera, a PCB mill, as well as you've got your tower over here of resistors, capacitors, and whatnot. Different consumables for that space. And then we'll sneak back around this way. And you'll see over here, we've got some printers coming into play. These are actually going to be going away soon, and we'll be replacing those with some newer, updated models. And then they actually wrap around this shelf over here, where you'll see more of those. Go this way. Yeah, so you'll see here, these two right here. This was actually built by a student, and then these as well. They're going out of order in terms of us just upgrading as we have to do every couple of years, as expected due to use. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then here's our resin printers here, super popular. You see something down here currently ongoing. It actually looks like it's completed. So students can request. They'll come in, kind of go over their file to make sure everything is good. Work with the settings,
So
and then
this
send to
is
print.
open to any students,
Open to any student,
regardless of their majors.
regardless of major, as well as staff and faculty. So you don't even have to be a student to come in. All right, and this back wall is probably our most popular. It's the main PLA, your standard materials, 3D printing, constantly going. I don't think there is a printer that gets much sleep in this room. But yeah, very, very busy. Another key thing is that all materials are free, so we don't charge anybody anything to use the space. We don't ever want money to be a barrier to entry for anyone. And then over here, you'll notice this is kind of a fun place. This is the bike area. More or less, students, they travel a lot on campus, whether it's on scooters, bikes,
I
and they
was
get.
wondering, like, there's so many bicycles. How did they fix it?
Yeah,
Any
yeah,
repair?
yeah. And there's places on campus, but they wanted something more reliable, so they came up with this, which is a really cool area.
Right now.
Yeah, yeah. And up top, that's just some of our sponsors for the studio, some people companies, I should say, that have assisted us over the years. And watch your step there. And we'll go this way. These are another popular item to get trained on. Lasers, constantly being used for personal projects or class projects that require early prototyping design. Excuse us. Here's some ideas of kind of what comes out, just some basic stuff. This isn't even scratch the surface really, but just stuff you can do with a laser. This is cardboard.
Position costs.
Yeah, yep, yep. That's exactly right. Etching, all kinds of fun stuff that they do. So the cleaners, the alcohol baths for the resin. It's quite a job that these guys have. You'll see some examples over here, behind here, of stuff that people are printing. Some pretty cool stuff coming out of here. Okay, and now what we'll do, we'll grab some glasses. Feel free to grab whatever pair you prefer. Awesome, and then we'll go this way. So this is our metal room. It's quite a step up in terms of training, in terms of safety. There are CNCs, we've got water jets. You'll come around this way. We're actually pretty soon going to be replacing this equipment, so we'll get a whole new machine in here, get these taken out. You get your vertical mill, 2 lathes, bunch of chop saw, horizontal bandsaw, vertical bandsaw. You'll notice against the back wall, a lot of people love that one, the Milwaukee wall, pretty much any Milwaukee tool that we can imagine. We do have a graduate that went to Georgia Tech that works there now, so we definitely like to communicate with her as much as possible to continue that relationship. Yeah, lathes that you can get trained on for certain projects, certain classes require it, that you just get trained. Belt sanders, all kinds of fun stuff. Bench grinders, really anything you need. And we tell people, if you're on campus and you need a tool real quick, don't go to Home Depot, just come to us. We probably have it. All the hardware you could possibly think of on both sides, readily available for anybody to use. And we'll wrap around this way over here. This is our water jet, our main one, the largest one that we have, and we have another smaller one right here. It's actually down right now for maintenance, but it's heavily used throughout the semester to create stuff for research projects as well as training purposes for the space itself when you learn how to use it. But this is a huge, huge, messy machine, but ultimately very, very popular amongst the students. This is the grinding area, just to keep sparks in one area. If you want to clean your metal up, cut your metal, we kind of recommend that you remain back here just to keep sparks down. Obviously, we don't want any fires anywhere.
Students can use whatever type of machines they can.
Yes, as long as they are properly trained. We do keep heavy documentation of who's been trained on what, how they're training, what does trained look like. Like, oh, you learned how to turn it. We go beyond just the basics. Depending on the machine, they have different levels of training. That room having the most significant training of all, including this room. This is the last room that we have. This is our wood room. It's also under some maintenance right now, which is good for us because it's not loud. But this is a very popular space simply because it's a good entry space into fabrication. What is, in theory, you think it's an easier thing to work with than metal. It definitely can be. Person dependent, but a lot of people come in here. We've got our CNC router to work on projects for research. They make furniture. A couple examples over here. They make bowls. This right here is a beginning of a guitar body, which is pretty cool. More bowls, all kinds of cool exotic woods that we otherwise wouldn't, you can't just go get at Home Depot. But all kinds of great woodworking equipment to get trained on, and a lot of really cool stuff has come out of this room. But yeah, this is the space. It's a lot of fun, a lot of responsibility on the students, but they handle it well. Yeah, a few roadblocks along the way. Yep, the wood lathe. You see some stuff in the back here, some examples of stuff that they've put out here in training. Very, very dangerous machine, but they do a great job of training people on how to properly use it. Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
Do we have any more blocks to go?
This is it. That was the end of it. So those are the main areas. The hub is the initial room we were in, the metal room and the wood room. Right now, they're not connected, as you can tell, but they will be eventually expanded and hopefully kind of pushed more together. So the space will get bigger, essentially.
This one?
This is the Montgomery machining mall, so it's not a part of us. These are anywhere from like 10 to 12 professional machinists that have worked several years in industry. And basically, what they do is it's like our metal room times 10. And they do a lot of research. So for GTRI, anybody that needs something done quickly, maybe you don't want to learn how to machine something, like that's not your interest as an engineer, that's perfectly fine. These guys are going to walk through and basically show you how to do it or discuss with you what you want to do. And then magically you come out here and there's a part one day and you're good to go. So it's kind of a service that they offer more or less for students.